Right, I'm going to move upstream now and try Roman's balloon caddis. This is another of those flies that can bring fish up out of absolutely nowhere. Another fly that's become increasingly popular over the last few years is Roman Moses balloon caddis. Now, the strange thing is that what people are finding is that even though it was, as its name implies, it was designed for a caddis fishing situation, actually emerging caddis, people are finding that it's become a very, very effective search pattern. Obviously, as with all fly patterns, the effectiveness varies from day to day and venue to venue, but people have discovered that, I suppose it started by somebody saying, oh, what the hell, let's try this. And it worked. So even though what I'm saying is, even though there's no obvious caddis hatch, it's worth searching with this. I'm just going across here to some stones that look nice, creased outside them. They look quite interesting. So I'll just search up this run, dropping it as usual. There's no fish rising at all. It's very, very low water, and fish just at the moment, quite frankly, don't seem to be interested in anything. So this is, if you like, a sort of on test, and we'll see what happens. So I should just poke it about in all the usual and sometimes unusual spots. I'm just gathering by dropping it onto water. Just take these loops out. Don't let the snakes, don't let it buckle up towards you as it's drifting down. Always take the snakes out and be in a position where you can tighten and set the hook when a fish takes. You can let the drifts fish out fairly well. Bang it upstream. It sits in a fairly peculiar attitude. Actually, a nice attitude to represent and emerge. It sits with its back end a bit low and the front end tipped up where the balloon is. So it does look, to all intent and purposes, actually like something about to climb out at the front end, just as the real thing does. Now, another thing that people are doing, and I too have done it, is to use because of the balloon caddis's excellent floatability, is to drop a nymph off from behind it, either New Zealand style or the more conventional dropper. So it is another fly that you can do the duo style with. And I'm keeping myself back from the main channel of water when flies. I'm only in below knee depth and I'm staying in that position. I can command the river from where I'm stood. Few false cast at click water off it. Now, spritzing isn't such a problem in this type of water, and frankly, spritzing I only concern myself with if it's absolutely mirror flat and shallow to boot. Water like this, a few spritz droplets aren't going to really worry the fish. Ooh, nearly in that sycamore then. Just had to check it. And if you can teach yourself the figure of 8 retrieve, it's very convenient for shooting straight out of the palm of your hand into your next position. Now, just because it's poppy water, I'm still going to do all I can to avoid the fly skating. So don't, just because it's broken and a little bit turbulent, don't start taking liberties with it. A skating fly is a skating fly. Remember that if you've got a wind knot, just a simple overhand wind knot in your tippet, that will reduce your breaking strain, your straightforward tensile breaking strain, by as much as 50%. So if you're fishing with a 2-pound tippet, give a pound tippet. The next decent fish you lift into, oh dear, there's sure to be some fish under that sycamore in the darkness of the branches. So you can be completely versatile with the balloon caddis. See, I'm now letting that run down, and I just dump it in front of me, drop it on the water and let it run through. And very often you'll get a fish like that. This just shows you a no rise situation. Up from the blue comes a little wild brownie. He jumped when I stuck him. We were more surprised than anything. What a pretty fish. Well, it's a small fish, but it's a perfect example of a little wild wharf brownie. There you are. That pretty little fish? Just let me get you back in the river as quick as possible. He'd be alright in a competition. He'd just about qualify. If you got 50 of them in a day, you'd be happy. Nice little wild stream bred little wharfer. Away you go, sunshine. There he goes, look, swimming away. No worse for his little exploit with and his introduction to the balloon caddis.